mom is what has empowered me. It's the identity of being a mother above everything else. And I know we could say, well, being being a woman or being somebody's partner. I mean, we have so many identities, but we walk around thinking that unless we are professionals in whatever our culture says is the highest sense of the word, like we're attorneys and doctors and whatever we revere, that somehow we don't have the ability for that true empowerment. And every person I've ever talked to, every woman I've ever talked to who is a professional in that revered sense of the cultural definition, has always in a personal conversation revealed to me that it is the identity of being a mom, the things that they have gone through as a mother, the experiences that they have had to maybe struggle with, are the things that have created this sense of empowerment and resilience and confidence. But sometimes, because we don't think about it that way, we are hit with certain life experiences and we don't feel prepared for them. So I want to prepare you if you're not already prepared. I know a lot of you are already in this space and you're just right alongside with me. And I don't profess to be better than you, smarter than you, more skilled than you in any way. I'm an organizer, I'm a connector, I'm a community builder. And so for me, that's what this is all about. So that's how Empowered Moms Mindset came to be. My business is Moms on Top. And so everything filters through that. But Empowered Moms Mindset is our group. It's our community. So going forward, I think I might have mentioned this already in our last meetup for those of you who were there. I have actually the date scheduled through the entire year for our meetups. They're scheduled every 4 to 6 weeks. And each time we meet, we will have a different theme. On the wellness wheel, we're going to pick from something. It could be mental wellness. It could be something around our finances. And I will have a skilled professional, somebody who, even if I know about it, I'm not going to be the one to bring all the information to you. We're going to bring in the experts. We're going to bring in the people who really are in that space and can help you to learn and have aha moments, and people that you have the ability to ask questions of. So those are the opportunities that I want for you. And certainly because this is your community, please, please always feel comfortable telling me what you want. If there's something that you're really interested in or something that you want to bring into your life that you don't have now and you're not sure where to turn and who to speak to, please ask me and we'll do it together. Again, I'm facilitating, but I'm not I don't want to be like the grand poobah here. I don't want to be the head honcho. I just want to be part of this community and help you get out of it what you want. Okay, so if you are not on our Facebook group, if you got here through the meetup group, Empowered Moms Mindset, just know that there is a Facebook group where most of the interaction happens. So thank you, Shaq. She just put up the link to that. So if you're not on, please click on that. And of course, you have to answer a couple of questions, but of course, I'm going to open my arms and welcome you immediately. And if you didn't read any, I'm sure I've sent you so much stuff. Hopefully you've read some of it. Just know that at the end of this meetup and the end of all of our meetups going forward, we will do a lucky draw prize. So I'm going to show you right now what it is. So it's really hard to see, but I'm not wrapping it for you. I bought these. Did you guys ever see these before? So specific to our fitness theme today. So these are, I don't know what they call them, exercise dice. So you roll the exercise dice, and on one of the die, it tells you how many reps or how many seconds. And then the other one tells you the exercise, like jumping jacks and lunges or something like that. So I just thought it was such a fun thing and such a great way to facilitate even a 5-minute workout, if you could get that in. So that's one of them. The other one is in this box, but I am wearing it today because I wanted to show it to you. So I had these necklaces made up, which I'm so in love with. And one of the bars says empowered and the other one says mom. So hopefully I have the opportunity to gift all of you with this throughout our time together. But today we're going to use it as a prize along with our fitness dice. So please stay till the end. We will spin the wheel. You'll see it on your screen, so you'll know it's all legit, and somebody will win that. And so after I talk to you a little bit today, we'll have Kendall come on and do the workout. And that's basically our agenda for today. So I would like to introduce Kendall. I'm reading this because we wrote it together and I need to read it because I can't speak off the cuff for this. So Kendall has always had a passion for all things fitness and nutrition and for helping others create a healthy lifestyle. She's been a personal trainer for 6 years and teaches group fitness classes in New York City. Since last March, Kendall has been doing most of her training both in groups and one-on-one through Zoom, just as she will be doing with all of you today. She loves using her own experience as a woman to coach other women to be their strongest, most authentic selves. And if you didn't put 2 and 2 together yet, and you don't know me personally, Kendall's also my daughter. Just put that in at the end. And there she is. Say hello.
Hi.
All right, she'll be back with you guys soon. So I would love to go around. We don't have a lot of people here, so it shouldn't take us that long. I'd love to go around and just have you guys unmute yourselves. I'll call out your names. And if you can please, really, we're going to do this quickly. If you can just, of course, tell us your names, which, of course, are on our screen so we could see it. But, you know, I like the personal touch. And tell us what stage of motherhood you're at, like how many children you have, how old they are. If they're there and you want to bring them on, feel free. And then the only other thing I will remind you to do is in the chat, this is really important, to please put in if you have any fitness modifications that you need for during the workout. So Kendall knows. We did have somebody signed up who was pregnant. I don't see her here. So I don't think that's going to be an issue, but I don't know. If you're pregnant, then please let us know that. If you are newly postpartum, like within the last year, that's something else Kendall has asked to be notified. So let us know that. All right, so let's start with Angela. I'm just going around in the order that I'm in here.
Hey everyone, I'm Angela. This is my first time on this meetup, and I feel lucky to have found you all. Thank you for letting me join. I have a 16-year-old and 11-year-old, 16-year-old girl and 11-year-old boy, and they are adopted. So I didn't have the birthing experience, but I'm a mom, and we live in Connecticut.
Awesome. So happy you're here, Angela, and thank you for sharing that. I'm sure as we go along, we're going to learn a lot more about each other, but I think you're with us. So thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tia. I'm a mother of 3 boys. My youngest, that's my 4-year-old. I have a 4-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 13-year-old.
My name is DJ Maurice.
You can hear me saying happy birthday to Tia. Today is her birthday, and she's spending part of her birthday with us. Thank you.
Birthday. Thank you.
All right. Hey, Liz.
Hi, everybody. My name is Liz. I have a 7-year-old boy, Luke, and a 2-year-old girl, Reagan.
Very
And
nice.
we're in New York.
Liz, I feel like I've been like your friend on Facebook forever. I watch
I think we have.
stories, and this is so cool that I'm finally getting to spend time with you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for being here, Liz. Audrey, are you there?
Yes. I have one baby. This is my first baby, and she's 1.
Oh,
So I'm in the beginning.
yeah, that's okay. We're good. So wait, so is she exactly 1?
No, she's 18 months.
Okay, awesome.
So 1.5.
Okay, yeah. So again, I only asked that because I'm listening. I had spoken to Kendall about this, and I just want to make sure that if you're kind of newly postpartum, that she knows about it. But we're good. So welcome, Audrey. And Erin?
Hi, my name is Erin. I have 2 children. My son Benjamin is 8.5, which is unreal, and my daughter Julianne is 6.5, and I live in Huntington on Long Island. And Gail was my childbirth educator for both my babies, so I'm so happy to be continuing my journey as a mom with Gail.
Awesome. Thank you, Erin. And your new house looks beautiful from what I can see.
Thank you.
Barbara, are you there?
I am. I'm not quite sure why I don't have video, but I am here and I can see you with no problem.
Well, you're a very lovely shade of purple.
Thank God I like purple. I'm the mother of 2 grown and gone daughters, and I'm from East Meadow, Long Island. So I'm Huntington's neighbor.
Oh, that's so cool. That's great. Yeah, I'm right with you, Barbara. I mean, I want to say I am the parent. I didn't even tell you guys. I am the parent of 3 grown children, but they're not exactly totally gone. I mean, Kendall's only here visiting, but the two others actually have been living here since the pandemic started. So, Lisa?
Hi, I'm Lisa. I have 3 grown children, like Gail, 27, 25, and 22. I live on Long Island in Comac. I have known Gail for 25 years. And I'm happy to be on this adventure. I need to exercise, I need to learn, and I'm excited to be here.
Did you ever think when you were looking at Kendall toddling around that she was going to kick your butt someday?
I always knew Kendall would kick butt, but maybe not mine.
You're welcome, Lisa. Just want to start out quickly telling you why we talk about this. And I think you all know, some of you may just be amazingly consistent with your fitness already, and that's awesome. I myself have been almost my whole life, and yet for me, I know that because I'm a human being like everyone else, that if I didn't have a certain mindset around this and I wasn't conscious of why I was doing what I was doing, there is no possible way that I could create this consistency and fitness your whole on what it is that we're going to do to be fit, what exercises are we going to do, what's the best thing to do, kind of like nutrition, which will be another talk that we have at another time. But, you know, should I be working out with weights? Should I be running? Should I be? And we get so hung up on the what or the how that we forget about the why. So we're going to talk a little bit about the why today, but we're also going to talk about how to create this consistency through mindset, what that actually means. So, guys, if you can mute, unmute. If you can mute yourselves, that would be great. Oh, Beverly. Okay. All right. So, all right. This is what I'm going to have you do. If you can, we're going to do this in the chat, and then Shaq will kind of track this for us, and you can look back at it. But I did ask you guys to bring 3 things with you. I asked you to bring 2 pieces of blank paper, pen and marker, and I also asked you to print out those calendar PDFs. So for now, really just on one blank piece of paper. I do want you to put it in the chat, but if you could write it down for yourselves, because maybe you want to keep notes about this. Maybe you just want to look back at this. But I would love for you, it doesn't have to just be one word, but I certainly don't want it to be super lengthy and taxing. Just put down what being fit means to you. And if you're stumped on this, certainly you can ask for some help. I don't want to preemptively give you my ideas, but I have a feeling if you really think and you're staying aware of what this all means to you, you can come up with the answers that are really individual for you. Okay. So now we're going to take that word or that string of words or that phrase, and we're going to put it into another sentence here. So I want to be whatever it was, healthy, you know, energetic for my children, whatever it is that you said being fit meant for you. And then I want you to expound on that a little bit and write down what that would mean for you. What does it mean for you on a daily basis? What does it mean for your life? Okay, so let's have a little discussion now, and then we're going to go back to a couple of exercises. So in the description for this meetup, I was really specific. I wanted you guys to know really in a bullet pointed way what we were going to talk about. So one of the things that I want to emphasize is the action. So I just said in the beginning of this discussion how we sometimes get a little bit too focused on what is it that we're going to do and how are we going to do it and how are we going to fit in and are we going to join a gym? Are we going to work out from home? Or, especially now because we have so many challenges around this, how can we work out at home? I always loved going to the gym and now I'm stuck at home and I'm not really a home workout person and the weather's not nice. So how can I run? And so those things are definitely things to think about, but they should not necessarily be things that stump us. Sometimes it's challenging, but yet we have so many options and creativity is key. So when you get stuck on anything in life, so we can sort of draw upon that because we've had experiences outside of fitness specifically where we've gotten stuck on not knowing how to do something, we have had to really think about it and again, use our creativity and maybe transfer what it is that we love to do into something temporarily that we need to do to bridge a gap. So I'm kind of going up from the bottom here with the action. So that's really how we shore up the how. Just with our creativity, just maybe making a list of, brainstorming all the things that we could possibly do and how we could get it done. What fits into our lifestyles? Some of you have very young children, babies at home. Some of you have much older children and you have time to yourselves, but maybe you have a job that, starts at 7 o'clock in the morning and doesn't end until 5 o'clock at night. So that's another part of the creativity, is figuring out what works for you in your life and trying to stick with that in the meantime. One thing that I like to always talk about it is how every single decision that you make, whether it's in fitness or in life in general, is not a decision that is set in stone. It is very likely to change because it will need to change because your life will change. But the mindset around that is that you are not stuck. It's like trying something on and then taking it off and trying something else on. So if you pick something, a how or a what of your exercise, your fitness, and it is not working for you, you are not stuck. Even if you commit to something and you say, I'm going to start running because I want to run a marathon someday. And 2 months into it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is really not my thing. I hate it, or my knees are bothering me or whatever. It's okay. Take that jacket off, put another jacket on, try something else on. There's always another option. So don't let that trip you up with consistency. There are many things that in our heads, with all of our head trash, is going to make us stop what we're doing. We're going to talk ourselves into the fact that this is not working, so nothing is working. But that is never the case. I'm going to appeal, I'm thinking about this right now, I'm going to appeal to your mom mindset right now, since that's what we're all about, and I really think this is going to be helpful. Anything that you want to do for yourself, health-wise, fitness-wise, I want you to think about how you would manage the facilitation of this for your children. So let's say your child wanted to do something, or you felt that it was something that they should do, something that would be healthy for them. If they hated eating broccoli, but you were like, oh, broccoli is so amazing for you, you should eat it. But no matter what you tried, you were creative, you tried different things, you couldn't get them to eat broccoli. Would you throw your arms up in the air and say, oh, whatever, let them just eat cupcakes, breakfast, lunch, and dinner? I really doubt that you would do that, even though I'm sure we've all done it in a moment, so we can admit that. But overall, if you're thinking about the top part of the action here, the why, and you know that it's not so much the broccoli, like who cares? So they won't eat broccoli. The idea is you want them to eat something, or you want them to exercise because you want them to be the healthiest they can possibly be. You want them to grow up and be healthy. You want them to have healthy lifestyles. You want to set that example for them. So that mindset around what you would do for your child and how you would never, ever, ever give up on them. If you had to try on another jacket, if you had to pivot and change your course, you would never, ever give up if your why was that strong why of wanting your children to be healthy. I want you to start thinking of that for yourself. Almost like I'll use Erin for an example. There's Erin A and there's Erin B. And Erin has Erin with her all the time, and she's always talking to Erin. So Erin has to say to this Erin, okay, Erin, what is it that we're going to do today to be healthy? What are we going to do today that's going to build our consistency with fitness? And then this Erin might say, well, I don't know, I'm really tired today, I don't want to do anything. But this Erin is going to talk back to her, and because she knows Erin the best. think of yourself sort of like that, as if not like you're talking to your child, but you're talking to your alter ego, because we forget about ourselves in all of this. We're so conscious of what we're doing for our families, and we forget about us, that we are a huge, if not the most important part of the whole equation. So I do want you to think about this when setting up your actions. Think about the what are you going to do? How are you going to fit it into your lifestyle? But most important, why the heck are you doing it? And I think that filling out that first sentence would be helpful for you, understanding what fitness really means for you. Okay, the second thing that I bullet pointed that we were going to talk about was consistency. So consistency, there is no magic pill to consistency. Consistency requires these three things, and that's it. You need a calendar. That's why I gave you those calendars, because we're going to do this exercise together. You use a calendar in one way, shape, or form for every other part of your life. Even if you are not a professional, you're not in business, you're not an entrepreneur, you're not needing to put down daily tasks in that manner, you are writing down when you have doctor's appointments, when your children have doctor's appointments, you know, anything that you have in your life. You can't just create lists, you have to put them in calendars. That's what we're going to do for our lives, for what's important to us, which we know, because we're all here together, is the fitness part of our lives. Support and accountability. So I know a lot of, especially moms, who will say to me, I don't have the support. Like, my partner is not really into fitness. You know, they would rather do this and this, or they are constantly rolling their eyes at me. Or my mother tells me that I shouldn't be working out because that's taking time away from my children, or somebody else is judging me to that extent. So I don't have any support. So I would actually love one person. Should I call on somebody, or should I have you guys volunteer? I would love one person right now to tell me what they would do. You can pretend, because maybe you don't have support, or maybe you do have support. What would you do if that was you? If nobody was supporting you with your fitness lifestyle, what would you do? Lisa. Wait, you're muted, you're muted, you're muted.
What would I do if no one was supporting me? That's a really great question, because I kind of feel that way, actually. I don't know. I would make it a priority, and I would get the support that I needed somehow, if it was important to me.
All right. So I love that you just said that. So we're all here together right now. What's your somehow? So if you're not supported by your husband or your children or your friends or your mother, who's supporting you?
Who's supporting me in the sense of giving me the time I need?
I understand. You know what? I get it. Like, there are so many moving parts to this. I just sort of mean for now, and not that I'm downplaying any of that, because I know that's logistics and it has to be sorted through. But that feeling of like, I need somebody there or some bodies or something that is going to help to remind me that this is important, and that I have to put myself first sometimes, that I have to pay attention to this, because I just wrote, fitness means this to me. This is what's connecting to my values. I know it's important. So I'm going to answer the question for you, just to take you off the hook, because it's obvious, and you basically have said it. You guys are all here. I mean, I know this is just one tiny little Saturday morning of your life, but this community that we are building together, this is your support. So the thing that I'm trying to emphasize with you is that you may not have it in your root system. You may not have it in your family. You may not have it with your inner circle of friends. But if you don't, then you find it. You find it. You don't give up. You just say, okay, who is out there? Who can I connect with? Sometimes you guys have to be the facilitators of your own lives. Most of the time, that's how it is. So I started this group, but again, I want to keep re-emphasizing that this is your group. But the fact that it was started and the law of attraction got you here with us, use this as your support. And you guys know, I mean, with social media, there's so many avenues that you can take. There's so many things that you can do. You can certainly hire people professionally, but that's another level. This is your community right here. So find it. Again, using the word that I used before, be creative. That's what's so important. Keep those thinking caps on. Keep saying to yourself, every time every time Gail A hears Gail B say, I have a roadblock. I have so many obstacles. I can't do this or I can't do that because this is in my way or that's in my way. It's Gail A's, it's her responsibility to be creative and to say, okay, well, I can keep my head in that space, or I can start brainstorming other things that I can do. Okay, so we're going to get back to the calendar, as I said. And last is, this is the big one. Of course, you guys know, it's the eliminating guilt. So I'm going to challenge you to think a little bit differently. That's what this mindset exercise is about. The guilt is going to come. It comes naturally. It doesn't matter how much you try to push it away. There's always going to be that guilt that seeps into your body. So I want you to start asking yourselves these questions. What will happen if you don't? If you don't do the thing, in this case, we're talking specifically about fitness, what will happen if you don't exercise consistently? If you don't move your body consistently? And I don't just mean from a physical standpoint. You can have your own little flow chart here for yourselves, which I think might be a great visual. So start off with, maybe if I don't do this, I will gain weight. If I don't do this, I will lose my energy. And then make your flow chart from there. What happens if you start gaining weight? What happens if you lose your energy? What happens to your life? Think about all of the ripple effects of that. And when you start thinking about that, the reason I'm prompting you to do this is because you will recognize that, as our last question here says, how will what affects you affect other people? What is it, if you allow this to happen by using that guilt mindset to say, well, I don't have enough time, so I have to give my time to them. So I'm not going to focus on this, even though I know it's important. You know, then it's all like yada, yada, yada. It's not even meaningful talk. It's just talk. That's all it is. So if you do that, I also, while you're thinking that way, I also want you to think to yourself, if I don't do it, how is that going to affect the other people in my life who I'm feeling so guilty about taking time away from? How will that affect them? And then really, you know, I kind of put it in this order, but this is the last question. I think it's the most important question, is what will happen if you do? We talk in this group, we talk empowerment. Empowerment means confidence. It means control. It means true wellness in every part of your life. It means, you know, having amazing relationships and the ability to communicate effectively. And if you're in business and, you know, that's your jam, it's building your business. It's being successful in that area. It's every part of your life is what empowerment encompasses. So if you get on track with your fitness and you pay attention to yourself and you manage those guilt feelings and all of the other negative feelings that you have, what is going to happen to you? What's going to happen to the people around you? What's going to happen to your life? Your whole life will be affected by that. So this is a spark. Like every part of that wellness wheel, every little thing that we're going to talk about, every spoke it's interconnected, but it's also a spark. If you spark one thing, you are going to start to see how it affects every other thing in your life. All right, so here's another exercise now. I would love for you to write down, and also, please, if you can, put it in the chat. This is your SMART goal. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with SMART goals. We talk about this a lot in coaching. Anybody that I coach, at the end of any session, even if it's a 20-minute session, we walk away with one teeny tiny SMART goal, something that you can accomplish. So I do not want you guys jumping off the mindset deep end here into a gigantic ocean of possibilities. I want you to dip your toe in a pond. That's what I want you to do right now, because we want to make this doable. So your SMART goal, I want you to think of one thing. Again, even if you're like me and you're a fitness person doing all kinds of stuff, I want you to pick one thing. I will walk. I will run. I will do an online workout for 10 minutes. I will squat 5 times, whatever. Pick one thing. Pick the number of days per week you'll do it. I'll do it for 1 day a week. I'll do it for 2 days, 5 days, whatever is absolutely doable for you. And by the way, again, remember, this is all experimentation. So this is the start. This may change. I gave you calendars up until March. Doesn't mean that March is the end. Hopefully March is just the beginning. Hopefully in March, the whole world will change and people will be walking around and hugging each other. This is just my crazy fantasy, but I thought I would verbalize it. So how many minutes per day are you going to do this? And then what is the starting date? So today is January 16th. I gave you a January calendar because I was like, we're not going to just start in February. We're going to start today or tomorrow or next week, but we still have 2 weeks left in January. So whatever your starting date is, and then let's put an ending date for now, just for now. And then you can always go on. So I don't want you to feel like you're being held back. All right, you guys all have this? I was just talking enough to give you time. Okay, let's move on. If you need me to go back over anything, just let me know. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing. And now I would like you to do 2 things. This one is going to take a little bit more time. I want you to take out your other blank piece of paper and your marker. And on that blank piece of paper with your marker, I would like you to write down, we'll call it a personal commitment statement. And I want it in marker. And the reason for that is, and you guys, of course, I know it sounds a little hokey. You get to decide what you want to do. But I suggest that after you write this down, you take a piece of tape and tape this somewhere where you can see it. Bathroom mirror is typically a good place. Someplace that you're going to see it once a day that doesn't have to be visible to the whole world. I do want to just mention here that, as I said, it does sound a little bit hokey, but remember, everything I do with you guys, I'm doing from life experience. And my husband decided to do a full triathlon a few years ago. He had never owned a pair of running shoes before. He was not dipping his toe in the pond like I'm telling you guys to do. But one thing, I mean, he's another breed, but one thing that really was helpful for him was to create this personal commitment card that he laminated and put up on the mirror of his bathroom. And he looked at it every single day, and it reminded him of why he was doing this and his commitment to himself. So the personal commitment should say something like, I will give you examples for this one, and you get to decide, of course, what's personally right for you. I will commit to my fitness to set an example for my children, to be healthy and strong, to have the energy to do things with my family, to build my immunity, to build my confidence, to like who I see in the mirror, to decrease my symptoms. Whatever feels right for you, I'm going to give you literally 30 seconds. If you can't think of something right now, just at least write, I will commit to my fitness, and then you can fill it in at another time. Okay, guys, I thank you so much for putting this stuff in the chat too. It's so great for me to see it. And I love, I mean, not that I don't judge anything that you write. I love every single thing that you guys wrote. I think it's amazing. You know, and I just want to say, please keep looking at this. I'm looking at it myself, and I'm looking, like Barbara put in here, less back pain. I can't imagine living with back pain. And I know my husband has in the past. I know so many people who do. When you are trying to decrease symptoms and you know that you have some control over that, there is something that you can do, but you have to keep at it. You have to have the mindset around it. I want you to write this out and look at it, because I want you to keep thinking to yourself, how important is that in my life? Like, if I could propel myself into the future, and I could see me, I could see Barbara in the future without back pain, like really feel what that would feel like. I can imagine it's life changing. So yes, you may start to do something and maybe your back pain will increase. And that, again, then your head trash says, well, see, I can't really do this. Please don't give up on yourself. Change, be creative. You know, you guys can always reach out to me. Again, I'm not the most skilled at this. There are plenty of other people in the fitness industry. Certainly Kendall is a great person to talk to, but there are things that you can do. At the very least, just get the support here and the accountability here. Okay, last but not least, I would love for you guys to take out your calendars. We're going to do this in 2 minutes, and then we're going to start our workout. So You put down your SMART goals for the amount of days you were going to do something and the amount of minutes you were going to do it. Now, all I would like you to do while we are sitting here together is take out those 3 calendar papers, and I want you to take your pencil or your marker or whatever and circle the days of each week. You may have to change it. Maybe something will come up. I get that, and you should get that, and you should feel comfortable marking it off and going, okay, I may have to erase this and switch it to the next day, which you will. You won't just erase it, you'll just find another day. But if you said 3 days a week, I'd like you to look at your calendars now, and from now until the end of March, I want you to pencil in, circle the number, whatever you want to do, the days that you are going to do this for yourself. And literally. Okay, you guys, if you need to finish up, that's fine. I'm going to hand this over to Kendall now. She's going to talk to you a bit, and then you're going to do your workout. So clear your space, get your water bottles ready, and have fun.
Nice to virtually meet all of you. Like my mom said, my name is Kendall. She gave me a nice little introduction, but I'm a personal trainer, taught group fitness, and been doing it for about 6 years. So I've been here, I've listened to everything that everyone has said in your introductions. I think the most recent is 1.5 years since birth, which is awesome. Even if you're 5 years postpartum, there's still things that kind of linger within your core and all of that stuff. So I'm going to really speak to obviously moms, and everyone has either has children or has given birth. I have not, but I was raised by my mom. I've been around it since I was born, and that's kind of how I've become so passionate about it. I'm actually studying for a certification right now that's a women's health specialist, a women's coaching specialist, and in the last 6 years I've gotten a bunch of certifications, but I can tell you from experience that there's really not one that specifically speaks to women and everything that we go through, whether it's birth, whether it's menopause, whether it's hormonal changes, pelvic issues, pelvic floor, or finding the right sports bra or things like that. A lot of the fitness industry is really led by men, and the language, whether it's advertisements or the way women are spoken about in fitness, has been very geared towards losing weight and being skinny and toning and language like that. So that's kind of where my passion has come from. I want to try to change that and be there for women, not just to lose weight, not just to look good or whatever it is physically, but also internally. Like I said, I haven't had children yet, but it's always been something that has kind of been at the forefront of my mind and my goals. So again, I'm here for you guys. Don't worry about the workout. I know working out can be intimidating. We're going to go through, I'll just give you a kind of an overview so you know what to expect, but we have a quick warm up that we'll do all together. Then we're going to spend a few minutes. Some of you might have heard of diaphragmatic breathing before, or belly breathing, and some maybe not. But that's really, really important. I think doctors, before you're even cleared to work out after giving birth, should teach you this and go over it. But we're going to do that today just for a few minutes. And then we'll practice that breathing while doing some different core work, really deep core work. Not like let's do sit-ups and try to get a six-pack, but really deep core work that's important. And then we're going to go through a little strength and cardio circuit. Whether you've worked out one day, never, or the last 10 years, every single day, strength training and lifting weights, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter what point in your workout journey that you're at. Really the hardest part, and speaking from experience, is showing up to a workout, especially over the last year, myself included. Even though this is my job, it's hard to show up to a workout. It's hard to get yourself motivated, and the mindset behind that is really what drives you forward in your fitness life. So do what you can. I'm going to give you modifications as we go, but please, if you have any injuries, I saw one person had a back injury. I've also been going through a back injury, so I can relate. Write it in the chat. If something's bothering you, it's painful, do not do it. I'll never push you to do something that doesn't feel good. So write it in the chat. I'll give you a modification. We could speak separately, or I'll give you modifications as we go if you don't want to jump or anything like that. That being said, let's start to move around, get the endorphins going. Most importantly, have fun. That's what we're here for. That's what fitness is about. Take the pressure off. All right, let's have some fun today. So we're gonna start with some squats. I'm actually gonna put a little music on, pretty low, just so you can still hear me when I'm not right against the computer. But let's find some space. We're gonna start off with some squats. Let me just get the music started. Okay, cool. You guys can hear the music, thumbs up if you can. Even if it's low, you can still hear me, thumbs up. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and get into some squats. So again, find that space, feet are about hip distance apart. Turn your toes slightly out. You're gonna spread your knees out, sit your hips back, keep your chest up. Try to get all the way down, and then exhale as you stand up. Remember, this is just a warm up. It's the morning, right? It might be the first real movement that you've done today, right? So just focus on your breath. Exhale as you stand up. Good, that's it. Nice, feel free to smile, dance throughout class, do whatever you need to do again to feel good, have fun. It's a quick workout, so I want you to work as hard as you can today. Give your 100%, whatever that means to you. Good, we got about 10 more seconds here. Try to get an inch lower than you've been getting this whole time. Keeping that chest up nice and tall. Exhale as you stand up. Good, we're gonna go ahead and walk it out into those inchworms. So feet are wide, legs are straight. Let's walk it out all the way to that high plank. Give me 2 shoulder taps. Right hand touches that left shoulder. Left hand touches that right shoulder. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Stand up tall at the top, and then go ahead and repeat. Walk it out. Tap, tap. Walk those hands back. Just feel a nice little stretch through your hamstrings. So make sure your legs are nice and straight. Keep your hips straight in that high plank. Stand all the way up, exhale at the top. Let's try to get 2 more of those. Go ahead, walk it out. Good. While you're warming up your body, I want you to start to think of an intention today. Keep going with those inchworms. Think of an intention for this workout. Is it to go the whole time without stopping? Maybe it's just showing up, and that's fine too, right? What's your intention? What are you working for today? Go one more time. Hold that high plank. 3, 2, 1. Bring your right foot outside that right hand. Raise that hip opener. Inhale. Exhale, open up your chest. Rotating your wrist at the top. And bring that right hand down. Right foot back to your high plank. Left foot up, deep breath in. Exhale as you reach up. Rotate your wrist. Good, big deep breath. Let's do that one more time. Right foot up. You can also drop that back knee. That's going to give you a deeper hip stretch. Opening up your chest. Connecting with your breath. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. Really important. We don't hold our breath as we work out. Switch to the other side one more time. Good, that's it. We're going to end with a little dead bug variation. So meet me on your back. Knees directly over your hips. Shins are parallel to the ground. Take your palms, press them against your knees. I want you to think about pressing your lower back into the ground of your mat, and apply a little bit of pressure towards your knees. Right, knees are pressing against your hands are pressing against your knees, and this entire time, you keep going, the entire time you're thinking about pressing your lower back into the ground. So if I were to stick my hand under your back, it should not be able to slide through. If you're shaking, you're doing it right. If you feel in your core, you're doing it right. Just a little bit of pressure. Good. Last 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, time. Awesome, awesome job. All right, shake it out, deep breath, grab a sip of water if you need to. So the next few minutes, less intensity. We're gonna go over belly breathing real quick. I'm gonna give you a quick little overview of why that's important. So when we are babies, if you watch your kids, you watch them when they're sleeping. I watch my dog when she's sleeping, so I get why moms do that. Their belly goes up and down when they're breathing. Really important. When we get older and stress is involved and we're running around and whatever it is, your chest starts to fill with air instead of your belly. So right now, I want everyone to do this together. Don't try to do one way or the other, but I want you to either sit like I am or lie on your back. I think lying on your back is a little bit easier to do this. One hand on your chest and one hand right where like a belt buckle would go, nice and low on your belly. Close your eyes and take 5 deep breaths. Again, just breathe how you would normally breathe. 5 deep breaths. Good, take one more. And relax. Go ahead and open up your eyes. Sit up if you're lying down. Now, you don't have to tell me, but where were your hands moving? Was your top hand moving? Was your bottom hand moving? Were both of them moving? I can guarantee on a day-to-day basis, even though we're not, obviously breathing is innate, we're not thinking about it, your top hand would be moving, right? Like I said, that happens, yeah, top hand, Audrey. Yeah, so that happens just naturally, right? Our breathing changes throughout our lives. The reason it's important to start to breathe through your belly, and at first you have to retrain your body, so it's a little bit harder. But when we're only breathing through our chest, we're not involving our core muscles at all, right? So we have something called the intra-abdominal muscles, which are really those deep-rooted core muscles, not your six-pack, not your show muscles. Those matter, but not really. What matters, especially for women with pelvic floor, is really engaging those muscles. And things like pregnancy, when our muscles separate, or postpartum, right? Or really just in general, you could be a man, you can be someone like me who's never had kids. We're not always turning those on. So things like back issues. I have a back injury. A big part of that was because I wasn't engaging those deep-rooted core muscles. So right now, let's practice this together. Again, this is a very long process and I'm going to kind of make a 30-second thing, but let's practice. You'll be introduced to it and now you'll kind of be a little more aware, which is really where it's all started. So one hand's here, one hand low, just like we did. Lie down, sit up, whatever you want to do. And now when you're breathing, I want you to be conscious of it. So when you take a deep breath in, top hand shouldn't move, but your bottom hand should, which means that you're literally pushing out on your stomach, making it rise, right? Which I know society tells us always to like suck in and all that stupid shit. Okay, breathe big deep breath in. Belly or your bottom hand should rise. And then exhale. It should deflate right back to where it was. Again, really focus. Top hand should not move at all. Okay, you're pressing against your bottom hand as you inhale. And exhale, bring it back. Okay, this takes practice. So if your top hand is moving, it's normal. It's going to happen. It takes a long time, right? It's been years and years of untraining our body how to belly breathe. So now we need to redo it. So deep breath in. Bottom hand should inflate. Really think about pushing out against that hand. Not just inflating, but really pushing out, moving that hand. And then exhale, bring it back together. And now, again, a little more complex. Pelvic floor, if you haven't trained your pelvic floor or you've never done Kegels before, this is where it's really important. Not just belly breathing, but actively bringing those deep-rooted core muscles together as we inhale and exhale. So you're going to take a deep breath in. You're just going to relax that pelvic floor muscle. Inhale, press against that hand. And as you exhale, not only are you coming back together, I want you to think about pulling your pelvic floor in and up. If you don't know how to do that or what that means, I always like to think like you're trying to hold in pee, right? If you're trying to hold it in, you can't find a bathroom, you suck it in really tight, and then do it again. Deep breath in, push against that hand, relax your pelvic floor. And then exhale, bring it all the way in. Kind of like you're wringing out a towel, everything comes together. And then relax. So that's how you practice it. You can do this on your own. I really encourage it. It takes practice, just like building a bicep muscle. If you don't practice using your pelvic floor and strengthening it, it's not going to be strong, right? It seems obvious, but something you can literally sit here and do Kegels, right? So start to involve that in your everyday life. And then when we're adding it into fitness, we're going to do core right now. We want to add that breathing into it, because if we're just doing crunches, like I said, that's all great, right? But you're not really strengthening your core, which is really the point. So let's go ahead and do some dead bugs. So we started this with our warm up, right? We're in this, it's a weird name, but they're called dead bugs. So I want you to lie on your back, knees above your hips, make sure they're not too close to your chest and they're not too far down. So nice and parallel, directly over the hips, shins are parallel to the ground. Arms are up. You can hold your hands. You can just have them up. It doesn't matter. Now, think about pressing your lower back into your mat once again. Right away, my core is engaged. Right? Now, from here, as I extend my right leg out, I'm going to extend my arms back. Your leg is still off the ground, and then you're going to come back right to where you started. Now, let's extend our other leg, both arms back. and then come back. Good, now let's add breathing. So this is hard because our core is engaged now. Still pressing your lower back into the mat, tucking the hips under. You're gonna take a deep belly breath in, push your belly out, and then exhale, draw your pelvic floor up, open up your arms and your leg, and then come back to center. Good, so you always wanna inhale before doing a movement, deep breath in, belly rises, open up, and then strong exhale, draw that pelvic floor up. Let's do a few more reps, all the way out, and then come back. Good, start to recognize your breathing, coach yourself. You can say this out loud, deep breath in, open up your leg and your arm right off the ground. If you're shaking like me, you know you're doing it right. Strong exhale. Good, deep breath in, let's do 2 more. Open up. Exhale, draw it in. Good, 1 more on the other side, deep breath in, belly rises, open up your leg and your arm, press the lower back, big exhale, draw it in. Awesome, good. So you might already, I'm a little kind of lightheaded just sitting up. When you do breathing like that, it's the reason why we're sitting and lying down. When you start to practice it, you want to make sure that you're doing that because you're breathing really hard. You might get a little bit dizzy. That's normal, okay? They'll change over time in practice. Now let's work on our side planks. So again, this is kind of just adding the breathing into a core movement. Side planks, whether you're pregnant, pre, postnatal, never had a baby, they're always going to be safe to do. So stack our feet. Arm is overhead, okay? We're working our obliques, or the outside of your core, but also those tight inter-abdominal muscles or core muscles. If you need to, 1 foot is in front. This will help with stability. You can also bring both knees down. No matter what you're doing, you're still working that same muscle. Now, what you're doing, you want to bring that hip up towards the ceiling and hold it here. Now, you can look up. Arm is raised, so we keep our chest nice and open. Deep breath in. Stomach rises. You can put your hand here if you need to. And exhale, as you're holding it, bring in that pelvic floor, right? Bring it back together. So now try on your own. We're going to hold it for another 15 seconds. Deep breath in. Exhale, suck it all in. Good. Keep going. Less than 10. Try to do another 2 breaths here. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Good. 5 seconds. 1 more breath. 3, 2, time. Good. Flip to the other side real quick. Let's get right into it. Exactly the same thing. Other forearm is on the ground. Make sure that the shoulder is lined up right with that elbow. And go ahead, right into it. When you're ready, lift those hips up. Again, focusing on that breathing. Good. Lift the hips. Again, you should feel this in your obliques outside of your core right here. Draw in that pelvic floor, even when it's really hard. Isn't it crazy how something so simple, I'm already sweating, so this is not easy. Good, that's it. Okay, a couple more seconds. We got 10 seconds here. Try to get 2 more big breaths. You should hear yourself exhaling. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Good job, guys. All right, last thing that we're going to do for core, then we're going to pick up the pace, add a little bit of intensity. So go ahead and lie on your back one more time. We're going to do some glute bridges. So this should sound familiar, right? We've probably heard or done this before. You're going to lie on your back. Now we're going to add that belly breathing. We're also going to add a pause at the top, okay, which builds a lot of strength. So activating our core at our glute muscles, super important. Lie on your back, feet are down. You can also have your toes up. This will help a little bit. Palms are down. Okay, now before you do anything, deep belly breath in. Hold it as you lift your hips. At the top, I want you to squeeze your glutes. You can also poke your butt if that helps. That's where you want to squeeze right here. And squeeze your core nice and tight. Draw that pelvic floor in. And come down, reset. Good, so we're pausing at the top. Deep belly breath in. Up at the top, exhale. Draw that pelvic floor in. Squeeze your core. I like to poke where I want to engage because that helps, just that mind-muscle connection. And come back down, reset. Good, let's do 5 more on your own. So pausing at the top for 3 seconds. Make sure that you're breathing. Go ahead, do this on your own. Good, if you need to have one hand on your low belly area, that also works. Good, listen to that breath. It's okay if it's not perfect. It's okay if you mess up the breathing a couple times or a million times. Awesome, really good job. Keep going. Good, another 10 seconds here. Maybe get 1 or 2 more reps. Then we're gonna stand it up. Good, after you do 1 more, stand up on your feet, grab a sip of water. Awesome, good job guys. So again, that's really challenging. I know it seems like a little thing. It seems like, oh, whatever, like I just wanna run or do an intense workout, but I promise you, if you start your workouts just like you would stretch or foam roll, if you start your workouts with 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes of this breathing, whether it's doing core work or just lying on your back and focusing on that, it's gonna help those muscles engage, whether it's postpartum recovery, while you're pregnant, 10 years after, again, giving birth, it doesn't matter. Everyone needs this. So really important, and it'll help your back and help support your spine as well. So let's go ahead and get right into some strength and cardio, the fun stuff. So we're going to kind of mix it all together the last few minutes, right? This is about 6 minutes of work. So not too bad, right? Let's get our minds right. Again, let's work hard and have some fun. So we're going to start off with strength. We're going to compare 1 strength movement with 1 cardio movement. 45 seconds of one, 30 seconds of another, and then we're going to move on. And we'll do the whole thing, the whole circuit 2 times through. Okay, that's your little overview. The rest, let's get started. You'll find out as we go. So we're going to start off with some squats. So I'm going to give you an option if you're at home. I know we all are. You have a dumbbell, kettlebell, a bottle of wine, some sort of resistance that you want to use. Go ahead and grab it. If not, just do body weight. That's what I'm doing, okay? That's more than enough. We underestimate body weight. So let's go ahead and find our squat stance, just like we did in that warm-up. That's why we did it. All right, squat stance, toes are out, chest is up. I want you to go down slow, and then exhale, come up fast. So again, deep breath in, belly breath, all the way down, nice and slow. Drive those knees out. Exhale, stand up, right? Drawing everything in. Again, all the way down. Exhale, come up. Keep going. The reason we go slow is that you can feel every position of that squat. Sometimes we need to slow things down so we can get better at technique, which is always going to come first before anything else. I'm going to add some music because I feel like that always helps me work a little bit harder. So keep going. You got about 25 seconds. Let's see, what do we got? Good, that's it. Here we go. 10 more seconds here, nice and slow. Think about actively squeezing your glutes as you stand up. I know squats is a movement that we try to build our butt muscles, right? But if you don't engage them, then they're not really working. So big exhale, squeeze your booty as you stand up. Let's transition right into jump squats, no rest. 3, 2, 1, let's go. All the way down, little jump at the top. Now, if you're not jumping today, that's totally fine. Come up, give me a calf raise, and then right back down. Good, so working on that technique, now we can pick up the pace. See if you can go this whole time. It's only 30 seconds. Remember, I'm right here with you. Even though you're in your own living room, your own house, or wherever you are, I'm doing this with you too. We got less than 10 seconds. Give me a few more. Big exhale, squeeze your booty as you stand up. Rest in 3, 2, 1, and rest. Shake it out. Awesome job. Number 2, we're starting off with lateral lunges. So rest while I'm talking. We're going to step out, right leg. Butt goes back. I'm going to move this so you can see my feet. All 10 toes are forward. Send your butt back. Push off, stand. All the way back. Exhale as you stand up. Meet me here in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Nice and slow. So the goal here is to make sure your toes are forward. If you step out, your knee goes over that toe. No good. Good. If you feel that stretch through your straight leg, you know you're doing it right. Keep going. Come on, Lisa. I see you. Yeah, Erin, nice job. Try to get nice and low. Remember, don't rush this. It's strength. I promise you we'll pick it up in a second. Keep going. Good. Final 15 seconds here. Then we got that cardio burst coming up. 30 seconds of jump lunges. Reverse lunges is your option if you need to modify. In 5, 4, 3. Come on, keep going. And 1. Let's go. Right into those jump lunges. Big step back. Chest is proud. Explode off of that front foot. And don't you dare hold your breath. We just spent a long time on breathing. Breathe through these movements. Come on. Yeah, let's go. Heavy breathing is good. It means you're alive. You know how many people would want to trade places with you guys right now? Showing up and moving your body is a privilege. Right, let's treat it like one. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, time. Hell yeah, awesome job. Last one, then we'll repeat the whole thing just one more time. We're so close. We're gonna work on stability, right? Core plays a big part in stability. So we got single leg RDLs or Romanian deadlifts, and then some mountain climbers for cardio. So do this with me while you're recovering, while you're breathing. Right leg down. A deadlift, I'm gonna show you from the side, is a hip hinge. That means we're bringing our butt back. Okay, so you can do this with me. Actually, let's tuck both feet down. Slight bend in your knees. Back is tight, so squeeze your shoulder blades together. Now you can use your hands or not. Push your butt back. Little stretch through those hamstrings. And then stand all the way up. Again, push your butt back. Back is flat. And then stand up. That's a hip hinge. Much different feeling than a squat. So now one foot is down. Left foot is up. Same thing. Slight bend in your knees. Hips go back. And then stand up. You might need to go really slow. You might lose your balance and fall. That's okay. Let's try this together. Right leg down in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. You have 20 seconds on this side. I don't care if you get 1 rep. Okay? I don't care if it's 1 good rep or 10. Strength is about moving slow and controlled. Find that stability. Find something in front of you that's not moving, so that will help. Keep those hips squared. And remember, this is initiated from your hips, so it's not dropping our chest, it's pulling our hips back, and your chest drops because of that. Good, that's it. Keep it up, Angela. Let's go, Tia. Come on. We got less than 10 seconds. We're just gonna switch legs real quick. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Other side. Switch legs, go right into it. Now remember, hips stay square. Don't let your hips open up. I want them to stay square just like your shoulders. Stretch to that straight leg and come back up. Think about your toes being rooted down through the ground. Engaging that core like we've been doing. Good, you have less than 10 seconds. We're going right into those mountain climbers. I want to see you drop into that high plank as fast as you can. If you're not doing mountain climbers, jumping jacks are fine, or shoulder taps like the warm-up. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. High plank, shoulders over the wrist. Drive those knees into your chest. Good, engaging your core. Use your core to draw those knees in. Come on. As fast as you can. It's less than 30 seconds of work. That's it, you can do it, don't stop. Jules! Is that Jules? I can't tell. I can't see the head. Yeah. Less than 10 seconds, come on. Hey, pretty. Less than 10, come on. Drive those knees in faster, don't you dare stop. 3, come on, Lisa. 2, and time. Awesome job. Okay, that was your warm-up round, yeah. Your warm-up round. Few more minutes of work left. I want you to think of this as like, let's get out of our comfort zone. Let's push a little further than you think that you can, because I promise your body will show up, right? Mind first, then your body. Let's go. We start with slow squats. One more time through. You can do it. We go in 3, 2, 1. Slow squats. This is a good time to catch your breath. Remember, strong exhale. Squeeze your booty at the top. All the way down. Slow. Exhale. Now in squat, you want to keep that chest lifted. It really is full body. You want to use your back, squeeze at the top, drive the knees up. Exhale as you stand. Good. Always pushing your knees out. You never want those knees to cave in. Exhale as you stand. Perfect. All the way down. There you go. We got about 20 seconds. Here we go. Less than 10 seconds. We got jump squats right into it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Explode. Remember that calf raise, if you're not jumping today, is totally fine. Let's challenge yourself. Meet yourself where you are, and then push just a few inches further. Come on.
Listen to happy songs.
Remember, I'm doing it with you. I won't quit if you don't quit. We got less than 15 seconds.
Through your headphones.
Let's go, Angela. I see you. Good, Erin, come on. Oh, the puppy's involved too. I love it. 5, 3, 2, time. Woo! If your quads and your booty aren't burning, you better turn it up for these last few. Deep rest. Grab a sip of water if you need to. Lateral lunges are coming up. We've done these. Get a little bit deeper this time. 5, 3, 2, 1. 10 toes forward. Push that booty back. Exhale as you stand up and switch. It's okay for the chest to fall, but remember to bring your butt backwards, just like we did in those deadlifts. Inhale as you go down. Strong exhale as you stand up. Control that breathing. Less than 20 seconds. Come on. So good. Keep going. Less than 10. Don't quit. Come on. Give me 2 more. Let's go, Audrey. Tia. 3, 2. Jump lunges right into it. Go. 30 seconds here. Move, move, move. If you need to, reverse lunges. It's okay to modify. It's not okay to quit. Keep going. Lift that chest. Excellent job. Breathe, breathe. Come on. Push, push, push. We got less than 15 seconds. I'm watching you. Don't stop. Remember, you get better with every single rep. Right? Show up for yourself today. 5 seconds. 3, 2, time. Awesome job. Guess what? We're in our last minute and a half. This is it. Then you get to lie down and cool it down. My personal favorite part. Ready? We got deadlifts. Single leg, find that balance. Now that our legs are all shaky, this makes it even more challenging. I love it. Right leg down. Slight bend in your knee. Push that hip back. Let's go. Exhale, stand all the way up. A little added challenge for this round. Try not to touch that left leg to the ground at all. Keep the tension on your right leg. Stand up, find that balance. Good. Less than 10 seconds and we switch. Come on. Remember, this is strength. Slow and controlled. We switch in 3, 2, 1. Plant that other leg. Slight bend in the knee, not too much. But don't lock your knee. Slight bend. Hip back. And stand. Remember, you're looking for your hamstring in the back of your leg right here. You should feel a little stretch. That's a good indication that you're doing this right. Good. Find that stability. Nice, Lisa. Make sure you stand all the way up at the top. Lift that chest, and then go into that next rep. Good. Good, Audrey. Beautiful. Let's go, Liz. Nice, Angela. 5 seconds. Get 1 more. Remember, this is it. 30 seconds of mountain climbers in 3, 2, 1. Last 30 seconds. Everything left in the tank right now. Let's go. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. We've all heard that before. Couldn't be more true right now. You have 20 seconds. Shoulders right over those wrists. Keep your butt down. Strong finish. Let's go. You can do jumping jacks if you need to. Come on. We sprint through the finish line. That's how you change your body. That's how you change your mind. Go, Jules. Less than 10 seconds. Come on. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. So good. Awesome job. Grab a sip of water. Meet me on the ground. Let's just lie on our backs. I feel like that's where I usually want to be after a tough workout. Lie on your back. Take a big deep breath. Good. Just slowing down your heart rate. Deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Think about how proud you are of yourself, of your body, of your mind for showing up today for you, for each other in here. Community, like my mom said, is everything. We can't go far alone, right? Especially as women, it's so important to support each other, to help each other. Deep breath in. Drive that right knee in towards your chest. Pull it in nice and close. Relax your head and start to roll your ankle clockwise. Good. Big deep breath. Pull that knee all the way to the left side of your body to a good lower back stretch. Try to keep your shoulders flat on the ground. Deep breath in through your nose As you exhale, push that knee a little closer. And come back to center. Let's switch sides. Left knee into your chest. Pull it in nice and close. Big deep breath into your nose. Just relax. And pull that knee all the way to the right side. One more deep breath. And roll over onto your stomach. Let's go right into an up dog. Lift that chest nice and proud. Open up your chest. And then turn to the right. Turn to the left if that feels good. Go ahead and tuck your toes. Lift your hips. Push your chest through towards your feet. Slowly start to pedal out those feet one at a time. Again, connect to that breathing. Big deep breath. Start to walk your feet nice and slow towards your hands. Unlock your knees, relax your head, let your body hang like a rag doll. Right to left, sway nice and slow. Shake your head yes. Nod your head no, release that tension. Slowly start to roll up in 3, 2, and 1. Once you get to the top, 3 big shoulder rolls back and down. 1, 2, 3, reach your arms all the way up. Big deep breath in. Bring your hands down over your heart. And I want you to think of one thing you're grateful for today. I always, always, always end my classes and my sessions like this. It's important that we move forward with an attitude of gratitude. It makes everything better, right? Deep breaths. Thank you so much for allowing me into your homes. It's an honor to be here to work out with you, right? And whatever questions, I know my information is somewhere in the chat. Always reach out. I'm here for you guys. Text me, call me, email, Instagram, whatever it is. Again, thank you so much. It was nice to meet you all. And have an amazing rest of the weekend. Thank you.
With emotion. I think that's what happens when my heart starts beating fast. So I want to wrap up for you guys because I know we are heading into our hour-and-a-half mark. So just a couple of announcements. One thing I want to tell you, some of you know this because when you, if you are in the Facebook group, when you answer the questions, one of the questions that I ask when you request to join is if you would like a clarity call with me around empowerment. Certainly it's never filled with pressure. It's completely optional. And I know most of you are really on the path and you don't need any assistance right now. But I do want to let you know that aside from those who join the group, to everyone and anyone, so if it's not you, it's somebody in your life that you know that could use this, I always, always offer a 30-minute mom-to-mom support call. It is completely free of charge. All you have to do is reach out. Let me know that you want it. Say yes in the chat now if it's something you're thinking of, or if you just want me to get in touch with you for somebody else. And I will always make myself available. My schedule is pretty flexible, so if somebody needs mornings, fine. If they need evenings, fine. We will work it out. I will never, ever, ever turn anybody away. This is way too important. Okay, blood, go back to head. Here it is now. All right, guys. I do need to engage with my darling Shaq right now, who is going to share her screen so we can spin the wheel and see who our lucky draw prize winner is. Let me.
Okay, girl. Audrey.
Woohoo!
Hey, congratulations.
Okay, Audrey, I need you to just put in the chat, if you want to do it privately to me or Shaq, that's fine, or it doesn't really matter. Just put your full name and your full address, and we will get this out to you, okay? Yay, Audrey. Audrey, you there? I know that you probably have the baby in your arms right now, so. Okay, you guys. So just to wrap up, I want to let you all know that we are going to meet again on February 16th. I do not actually have the theme all worked out yet, but within the next couple of days it will be, and I will announce that in our meetup group and on our Facebook group. And please, if you think that this could be helpful to anybody in your world, any moms in your world, please invite them to join us. The more the merrier. I love seeing our group is growing like crazy, and it's just so exciting, and I just want to bring it to everybody who needs it and wants it, and just to connect with all of you. So any questions, anything anybody has to share with us? Right, I'm looking in chat. I'm trying to look in chat. Shaq, if you can stop, I won't keep you. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I'm very excited to see you back on the Facebook group. We'll keep chatting there so you can make it to the next meetup. Okay? Mwah, thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you all for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Lovely. Thank you.